Yeah, we've always called Michael the baby of our friend.
We answered that question, Blazing, so I jumped into Kingdom Hearts on the very first game. I got it pretty much on release date in England.
I got it like 2 years after Leave.
And then Lauren's never played it before.
This is my first Kingdom Hearts game right now, Melody of Memory.
Yeah, she's the one playing, actually. I handed her the controller.
Yeah, I'm in Chaos's house right now.
Are you using the PlayStation 5 controller?
Yes, I am. Only because I don't have my DualShock plugged in. I gotta tell you right now, Liam, I'm 100% right where you are. When I saw the DualSense, I was like, my biggest worry about the PS5 is now going to be the size of this controller. Because one of my favorite things about the DualShock 4 was that it was like one of the smallest mainline controllers in existence. I think it's a little bit smaller than an Xbox 360 controller. Definitely bigger than the PS4. But honestly, it does feel good. Like, I'm getting used to it a lot faster than I thought I would. Also, I didn't feel it a lot the other day, but when I was playing Miles Morales the other day, the haptic feedback on the triggers when I was web swinging, it's like, it's nice.
Ooh, nice.
It's nice.
Chaos is actually playing on Joy-Cons.
Yeah, I'm using the old, like, you know that little square box you'd have with the Joy-Con and 2 red buttons, and you plug it into your TV, you'd have to turn it to channel 3, and then it'd, like, let you play Dig Dug and Pac-Man? I'm using that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that might be before your time, Lauren. My mistake.
No, I do know what you're talking about.
Did either of you have dial-up at any point in your lives?
Yes, many years.
My house is still only wired for dial-up.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why, Liam, the other day I was telling you about how my internet's awful. That's why.
Yeah.
That's insane.
We have to plug dial-up cords into the wall and then plug that like into our stuff, and then I have to route an Ethernet cord from my router to my laptop. That's the only way I can get Ethernet. It's stupid.
Crazy.
It also doesn't make any sense because our house was built in 2009. So like what?
That's crazy.
The kids still use dial-up these days, right?
I don't remember how long I had dial-up, but I could figure it out if I looked up like the release date of the original Toontown. But I remember playing Toontown all the time, and then my mom would get a phone call, and I'd be like, "Mom, wait, please, I'm in a cog building. Please, just a little bit longer.
Please don't answer the phone.
Please don't answer the phone. I'm on the 5th floor. I've got so much Cure experience, or tune-up experience. I mean, I said Cure because I'm playing Kingdom Hearts.
God, I forgot about Toontown.
Me and Michael played Toontown like literally about a year ago together.
That's incredible.
What did I used to do on the internet? I can't remember. The only thing I remember is playing Neopets and like some weird game that was called Adventure Quest.
Did you guys ever? Do you guys know what? I think I know what Adventure Quest is. I beg your
Adventure Quest is where I had my edgy where I had one of my edgy names that I told you about, Lauren.
Oh God, I don't remember what anything were.
Probably for the best.
No, my name on that game was Dark Alter Ego.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
That sounds like a Kingdom Hearts secret boss.
It used to be my that used to be a name that I always picked on video games for myself as Dark Alter Ego. It was like my edgy name.
Did you ever like dye your hair black?
No, I didn't. I never went that far.
You weren't that edgy?
My mum would never have allowed it.
Apparently there's a 3D version of Adventure Request now. Crud, what was I about to say? Oh, did you guys, Lauren, it might have been a little before your time, because it was like a craze, at least in my area, for a short while. But do you know what Webkinz are?
Oh, Chaos.
Oh, no.
Webkinz?
Oh, I know what Webkinz are.
Oh, were you like me, where you had like 15 of them?
I don't think I had 15. I think I had like 5.
Webkinz.
That's pretty good.
What the heck are these?
They're like little like stuffed animals that you can buy, and then there's like a code that you can register online, and then you can play with your stuffed animal online. You can play little mini games.
You can make a house and like buy stuff, and you can have your friends come to your house with their Webkinz, and you can play like Battleship and Connect.
This penguin has hair and is wearing a cardigan.
It was so good. Me, my sister, and a couple of my friends, it was before my Toontown phase. We lived, breathed Webkinz. It was so good.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm looking in my closet right now. I can see one of my Webkinz. The only one I think that I still have.
I probably
that I didn't like.
I probably not long ago I like cleaned out my closet and all. I used to have on like the top row of my closet just a ton of stuffed animals, including Webkinz from when I was a kid, but they're all in They're all in the attic now, but I could go in the attic and probably find you at least like 8 different Webkinz.
I think I gave most of them to like my little cousins just as like, here's a stuffed animal, but I've still got one because it was my favorite.
God, I hate this.
What do you hate?
Well, I don't like that the woman who appears to be in charge of the adoption place is also an animal. Why is she allowed to be in charge and is allowed to wear clothes while the others aren't?
No, you can put clothes on your Webkinz.
Yeah, you could.
Well,
You only get to wear clothes if you're not poor, Liam.
If he was looking at the picture I'm looking at, you would see it as why is this one allowed to be in charge and all the other ones are really sad. I'm going to show you it. I'm going to put it in the Discord.
Yeah, I definitely have time to look at the Discord right now.
You will do. Where can I slap it?
That's such a Britishism.
I'm gonna slap it in general, so all of the people who are
My
in the
dog
Discord
destroyed all my Webkinz. My dog ruined some of mine too. I was very not happy as a child when that happened.
It's in the general chat, so everyone can be confused by it. Why does that one in the middle get to be so happy and all the other ones
Because
are
she's an
happy?
adult and all the other Webkinz are babies.
She's running a baby slave trade, Liam. Leave her alone.
Yeah,
God,
there's something about these Webkinz, man. They throw me off. Not about it.
I can't believe you didn't think that I would know about Webkinz. I don't know if maybe it's just like
honestly, I didn't know the age demographic of Webkinz.
Does your stream know where you live?
No.
Okay. Well, I just meant like general area.
They know I live in like upper left Tennessee, but that's it.
Okay, that's what I meant because Michael told me that you live in Tennessee, and I didn't want to say like that you live in Tennessee if,
Oh yeah,
if that was not like public information.
I live in Tennessee and I'm close to the Kentucky border. I can be in Kentucky in like 30 minutes.
Okay. I don't know if maybe it just hit Tennessee at a different point, but I think I was fully in like the 6th grade before Webkinz like kind of like stopped being like popular here.
Yeah, it lasted
Like,
a
I was,
while
like,
in
12.
Tennessee too. What state are you in?
Colorado.
Colorado, yeah, okay. I have another friend in Colorado. That's wild.
Oh my god, do you know where?
No. I shouldn't say I have a friend in Colorado. I used to have a friend. I haven't talked to her in like 2 years. But I had a friend that I was friends with for like 5 years. We were talking in Among Us the other day how me and Jet have known each other for almost a decade. When I met Jet, I met 2 other people who me and Jet aren't really friends with anymore because we just don't talk. One of those people who I like knew and talked to on a near daily basis for like 6 years lived in Colorado.
It was me.
It was Lauren! Except now her name's Lauren instead of Susan. How strange.
You don't know that my name is Lauren.
That's, you know what? I hadn't considered that possibility. You're right.
I mean, none of you have ever met me in real life. I could just be doxing all of you.
Do you know my real name?
I don't.
No, I said
I
Liam,
asked
not
Michael
Lauren.
once.
I know you
I
don't.
asked Michael once, and he told me that he wouldn't tell me.
He knows I'm
did.
very specific about information.
Yeah, that's what
You
he said. He was like, I don't think Chaos wants people to know that. And I was like, that's fair. I won't ask again.
You have told me, but it's been so long since I've heard. But I'm sure if I like.
Wow, I
heard it,
can't
would
believe that our friendship isn't important enough for you to remember one piece of information I gave you probably at least 3 years ago.
I think you probably gave it to me when you came to EGX, which is probably about like 2 years ago now at least.
Yeah, I think. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
But do you know Liam's real name?
It's actually Liam backwards.
No, it's not.
And I don't mean, is your name backwards male?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I don't mean male, I mean the words I'm saying. Liam backwards. That is his full name.
Yeah, that is his last name, actually.
This is a
How dare
difficult
you.
stage. What the heck? Go away.
Well, you're getting further into the game, Chaos.
What is this? Progressive difficulty?
not in my backyard.
not in my Kingdom Hearts games. My difficulty is supposed to be random depending on how well they made a boss at a certain point in development.
Oh man, Neo Shadows are so cool. I wish they were in the games sooner and not just right at the end every time. But they are in KH3, aren't they?
I think they're at the start of KH3.
Yeah, Neo Shadows are so cool.
They are really cool, but they're very annoying, especially in KH1.
Blazing asked an incredible question in chat. Do you guys ever play Wizard 101?
Never heard of it.
I did, but not as a child.
Okay,
I played it
that's
like
what
after
I
played it after its heyday had already gone.
Because I was just old enough that I never really got into it, so I figured that you guys wouldn't have, but I was curious.
I never heard of it before in my life.
I saw one question in chat that I did really want to... I wanted it to be clarified. How do you guys on Twitch make jokes at one another but aren't insulted? I need you to clarify this question. Do you mean, like, how do we, like, say mean things to one another and then just move on? We've gotten very good at hiding our true feelings.
Yeah. Every time I leave Chaos' stream, I cry for an hour.
Hey, I do that too!
Oh my god, yay!
No wonder we get along so well.
I go and play with my Webkinz.
I hate this man.
And you get mad at me when I call you an old man and then you say Webkinz like that.
I am not an old man.
I only beat 4 aerial enemies? That's insane. Yo, we're coming up on the end of KH1. I'm in Hollow Bastion.
That was quick.
Well, I mean, each world only has, like, 2 songs max.
I imagine this game is similar to how the new Crash Bandicoot game is, where if you just do the levels the first time, you could probably complete the game in a few hours. But if you want to do everything, it's going to take you a few days.
Yeah, if you want to do, like, Proud Mode and et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, exactly.
Liam, they're invisibles here, I'm scared.
Inverted and... Oh, Invisibles were awesome! Look at them!
They are very cool, but they're so annoying.
They're just like, hey, sup? They're like the Chads of the Heartless world.
They really
Is that
are.
the whale that you were talking about?
What?
The one that Chaos just flew by in the menu? Is that the whale that ate you?
Yeah. You probably saw the world that was Monstro.
Yeah.
That was,
Wait, you've never seen Pinocchio? It's just the whale from Pinocchio.
Mm-mm. I'm telling you guys, I apparently just haven't seen a lot of the older Disney movies, I guess.
That's fair.
I'm pretty sure I probably watched them when I was, like, younger, but,
I mean,
like, not old enough to, like, have conscious
movie,
memories of them.
The movie Pinocchio, I'm pretty sure came out in, like, 1950.
Well, yeah, but, like... The entire time we were talking about Monstro, I knew that it wasn't because he's not a whale, but I was just picturing the boss Monstro from Binding of Isaac.
Oh, that's nice.
Who could also definitely eat you.
If you really wanted to, yeah. Monstro 1 or 2, though.
Pinocchio came out in 1940, according to fact checker Wolfie.
Wolfen is quite a fact checker.
He really is. That's like his... That and... He has 2 purposes. Fact-checking things for me? No, wait a minute. I'm sorry. 3 purposes. Fact-checking things when they need to be fact-checked. Telling me if my audio balance is good is his second thing. And then his third thing is me saying, Wolfen, ban that person. And then... ban so that I don't have to.
Wolfen, can you ban Unlawful Exile?
Do not listen... Well, wait a minute. Actually, maybe I could be convinced. What were they thinking when they made Hollow Bastion hard? They're throwing in so many new weird things. I hate it. Hollow Bastion is supposed to be like the easiest world in the Kingdom Hearts franchise, right? Like,
oh yeah, always, yeah, super. I definitely wasn't stuck on it for a very long time when I was 12 or 10. Apparently.
Dude, going through KH1 worlds as a child, like especially the non-final mix versions, is terrible.
As a child, I have zero idea how I managed to complete the Hollow Bastion world, because in the original Kingdom Hearts game, it just makes no sense.
It's so dumb.
It makes
Did you get lost in Atlantica when you had to do the dolphin thing?
Probably, yeah.
I
mean, it took me a very long time.
Atlantica is like my least favorite world because of the dolphin thing, but in, like, when I tell that to Michael and Sly, because they played KH1 most of Chain of Memories and a little bit of KH2, but then they fell out of it, but they're planning to get back into it after Sly finishes Xenoblade. But, when they played KH1, they were like, I didn't have trouble doing the dolphin thing at all. That's because in Final Mix, when you get near the dolphin, it gives you the prompt for it. It does not do that in the original version of the game, and there's just no lead up to it at all. And I was just like, as they were telling me these things, like, they make it obvious because of this or whatever. And I'm like, dude, that was not in the original version of the game.
Yeah, the original, they are just like, hey, good luck. That's it.
Yeah, absolutely.
They just say, like, you have to know, basically.
Here's where some of the oaths start being written to me in Latin.
Blazing clarified his question that you asked him to clarify. He said, yes, that's what I'm talking about, guys. Like, what if I said, you stink at shooter games? Would I get punched to death, or would you laugh it off?
No, I would agree.
Yeah.
There's a reason you don't see me. The only shooter games I play are Far Cry. I don't play any others than that. But wait a minute, I want to make something clear. It's because I know these people.
Yeah, there's a big difference between being insulted by strangers.
If someone in chat said something very rude to me or Liam or Lauren right now, like in chat, or somehow like hacked the Discord call and said something very rude to us, that would not fly. I would like kick you out. I remember someone did that once. RTK showed up on his work break and said something funny or something like that. And I was like, oh, that's hilarious. Everyone go check out RTK. And then we like linked RTK's channel because I have a command for that specifically. When I first started, I set up commands to automatically link channels of people that I streamed with often, which was RTK, Shroom, and Slyro at the time, I think.
That's very cute.
It was adorable. I eventually took out... I also linked Michael's Twitter. I definitely took that one out. But I eventually took off Sly's because he stopped doing YouTube. I think Shroom, and I think if you type !Shroom or RTK in chat, it will link their channels automatically. But anyway, so I linked his channel, and then someone just said, like, I'm not going to click on that because RTK's content sucks. And then I immediately timed that person out. I was just like, and I said on stream, like, there was no reason to say something like that. Like, that's why you got timed out. And then I told other people, like, don't ever do that.
I remember your first stream I ever watched. I came in and I started bullying Michael because you were talking to him. And you were like, Michael, is this someone that you know, or someone just being mean to you?
Well, yeah, you see, it's a really hard balance to do, and you really only learn it from spending a lot of time with people and acting that way and see how they act. But, like, I would like to imagine, by the way, the name of this host, Scherzo denotes amazing. But I'd like to imagine we're all very thankful and glad that the majority of our friend groups are people who will give and take to an acceptable level, and if something goes too far, I'm pretty sure we'll all be quick to point it out and be like, that was a bit too much. But, it really depends on your friend group and stuff like that, and knowing what's cool and what's not, basically. Like, and obviously there are some jokes that you, like, either know not to make, or if you do make it and then the person doesn't take it well, you know never to make it again. So it's not a matter of just, like, we're the type of people who are like, oh yeah, you can call me stupid to my face and I'll just laugh at it. It's very specifically when Shroom and I say, like, man, you're an absolute buffoon. We're just like, yeah, probably, and then we give as much as we take.
You learn eventually, like, about certain people, there are probably certain things that you shouldn't joke about.
Yeah, there are some concepts. There is some specific, like, either a very specific joke or one specific, like, concept that you should not, like, that's off limits. Don't make fun of that. And it's totally different for other people, because I definitely have some things where I'm just like, it's so weird. There are probably some things that I'm cool with as a joke that are objectively, like, a worse thing to joke about than others, but there might be one specific thing that I'm like, if you make fun of me for that or for that specific thing, I'm not gonna be happy. Did Liam's internet die, or did he just forget to talk?
No, sorry, I was reading. And you two were having a nice conversation. I didn't want to jump in. You guys were pretty much nailing it, and I didn't have anything to add to the point.
Unless it's Liam, then you can bully him for everything and everything.
No. I know. You guys were saying exactly what needed to be said, and I didn't have anything additional to add to it. I didn't need to speak up.
Like usual.
I feel so warm and fuzzy that I just got such a Liam pop.
Hey, I talk when I need to talk, basically.
Now, we all know that's not. Hold up. No, you know what? What you said is fine. You talk when you need to talk, but that doesn't mean that's the only time you talk, right?
No. But when it's something that when it's like an actual topic and people are trying to get a point across, like, I'm not going to chime in if I feel like what I'm going to say is basically what they said, just in different words. Like, if I can add something, I'll add something. But if they're nailing the points, I don't need to talk.
Chat, I reset there because I got to the end of the level, but I felt like I did really bad in the second half, so I wanted to give it another go.
That's fair. That's totally fair. If I was playing this game, I'd probably do the same thing. Like, I'd probably get about a third of the way through and be like, I'm not doing it well, and just start again. I wouldn't even finish it.
Yeah. I'm not looking for, like, perfect scores here, but I did really bad at, like, the very end there, and I was like, I can do better than that, now that I know what's coming. I just walked past, like, every KH1 player's nightmare, which is the room where you fight Dark Riku for, like, the first time that he's, like, all anthemed up.
You want to talk about things that made you upset as a child? That fight. The very first Kingdom Hearts game facing Dark Riku. I was probably on that fight for, no word of a lie, probably about 2 months.
Yeah, some people need to realize, though, some people hear that and they're like, it's not that hard. But no, those are normally people who, like, played the collections when they came out. First of all, you played on Final Mix. Some people don't understand, and I didn't even understand until I started talking with Sly and Michael as they played Final Mix first. But like, some people don't understand. They made stuff like, not necessarily like way easier, but there are so many differences that make it less annoying of a game in Final Mix.
Absolutely, it's a lot smoother in like the first game. It wasn't clunky, but it was definitely slower, and like
absolutely
avoiding attacks was nigh on impossible. You had to block or just get hit. You couldn't just avoid an attack.
Yeah, dodge rolls didn't have like super good invincibility frames, stuff like that.
Yeah, it was just you could be hit pretty much as soon as the dodge roll was done, pretty much. And yeah, there was just a lot of things to do with the first game that it didn't make it. It was harder. It was harder, but not because it was a harder game, just because it wasn't as refined. And obviously, you know, game developing gets stronger as the years goes on, so they had time to tidy it up in the Final Mix versions, and that's just what happens.
Yeah, but like another thing people don't take into consideration is they play the games when they're like 15 or something. Like we fought Dark Riku when we were like 11 or 12, and not only that, but it was also like Kingdom Hearts was one of the first like actual video games that I played. When I was younger, when I played video games, I played Pokemon, and then if there was a cartoon that had a video game, I played that cartoon of a video, like the video game cartoon thing. So like Kingdom Hearts was one of my first like actual video games, and getting to Dark Riku like as an 11-year-old who it's my first like JRPG like action game, it was, oh boy.
It's stuff like Wildcat said in the chat as well. Like they've changed up so much in the game to make it just more of a not fair game, but made it more of a game where you had where it was a bit more forgiving. Things like in Final Mix, where you got Leaf Bracer much earlier in the original Kingdom Hearts.
Wait, sorry, I got a cutscene. I need you to be quiet for a second.
Go for it.
Shrouded by darkness, Riku stood in Sora's way. As they fought, Sora realized that his power came from his friends, not his weapon. When Sora found out that my heart had been inside him all along, he saved me without sparing a thought for what might happen to him. Now it was my time to save him. As I wished for that strength, something incredible happened. Hoping that we would never be separated again, I gave Sora my lucky charm.